Okay. So we now learn subtraction of vectors. Once you have learned addition, subtraction is very easy. We have already learnt something called as opposite vectors. What are opposite vectors? So if you have a vector pointing to the right side, and then if you have a vector which has equal length but opposite direction, then these are parallel vectors but in opposite direction. So this is minus a. So how to get an opposite vector? To get an opposite vector, all you need to do is flip a vector. एक वेक्टर लो, उसको flip कर दो, तो it will become minus a. You understand this?
So direction कैसे change?
Direction is changed. Direction is changed by 180 degree. The direction is changed by 180 degree. पहले it is pointing to the right side. Now it is pointing to the left side. So direction changes by 180. So if you remember the opposite vectors, then subtraction of vector is very easy. Suppose if I have two vectors, A plus B. Sorry, I want A minus B. So what is A minus B? I can write A minus B as A, vector A plus vector minus B. Okay, I can write vector A plus vector minus B. Now what is vector minus B? Vector minus B is opposite of vector B. So what I need to subtract vector B from vector A, what am I doing? I am making vector B opposite and I am adding to vector A. Okay, so to subtract a vector from the other, all you need to do is take the opposite of the vector and add to the other vector. Okay, so let us take one example. We will take two examples, and I think with two examples problem will be solved. Okay, or problem will be understood. Example 1, I have vector A here and I have vector B. The previous times similar vectors we have taken, vector A and vector B. I want to find out A minus B. I want to find out A minus B. How do I find out A minus B?
Which
Very
is
simple.
A plus minus.
First, yes, it is actually A minus B is equal to A plus minus B. So I need to find out minus B first. How do I get minus B?
Opposite.
I flip B. So when I flip B, what do I do? This is going to be my minus B. Okay, so I add this vector to A. So now I add this one to A now. So I translate A first. So let me translate A. A is translated as it is. Then I translate minus B. So tail of minus B will go to the head of the A. So this is minus B. You understood? Okay. So how do I get the resultant vector or the sum vector?
And tail of A.
From tail of A to
B ka head.
Yes, it will be from tail of A to head of minus B. Okay. So this becomes vector A plus minus vector B, which is A minus
B.
Okay. Compare it with A plus B. We have taken similar A plus A and B. You can see A plus B was this. Okay. And A minus B is this. Okay, this is one example. We'll take another example. How do we, one second, how do we get b minus a?
B plus minus
B minus a will be
B plus
B
minus
plus minus a. So now which vector to flip?
A.
A. So you flip vector A. This will be minus a vector. Okay. Now which
you
vector to translate first?
B.
First you translate B. This is B vector translated. Then what do you do?
B के टेल से A का हेड सॉरी B के हेड से A का टेल
You put tail of minus A on the head of
B.
B. So tail of minus A on the head of B, like this. Okay. So now what is your resultant?
A के हेड से B का टेल
B के tail से A के head, B के tail से A के head पे. This will be your resultant. You understand this? This will be your B
माइनस
plus minus A, which is B minus A. You can clearly see from two drawings. Here A minus B is pointing this way. Here B minus A is pointing this way. So you can easily see that A minus B is not equal to B minus A. Okay? They are not equal vectors. Just like in earlier case, A plus B, this vector and this vector, they were identical. A plus B was equal to B plus sorry, A plus B was equal to B plus A. Here A minus B is not equal to B minus A. So we say that they are not commutating. Commutating means if by changing the operands, if the value does not change. Okay? You understood? Let's take one more example and then we can finish with subtraction of two vectors. Example 2. Okay? Let's take two vectors which are parallel. So I have vector P, I have vector Q, and I want to find out what is P minus Q. How do I get P minus Q?
P
So
plus minus
this is equal to P plus minus Q. So I need to flip one vector,
Q.
Q. So if I flip Q, Q flipped 1 by 180 degrees is this.
So these are now anti-parallel.
Now this P and minus Q will be added. So P has to be drawn this way. How do we draw minus Q?
थोड़ा नीचे.
Thoda niche, shifted, because they are all in one line. It will become messy. Okay. So thoda niche. Tail of Q
P का हेड.
will go on P's head. This is minus Q. So what is this vector from here to here? This becomes P plus minus Q, which is P minus Q. Okay. So I think with this idea of subtraction is very clear. Okay. So in the next class we will understand the parallelogram law of vector addition. Okay.